Welcome to Sister Land Investors, where we dive into the world of real estate, mindset, and personal development, sharing stories, tips, and strategies to help you succeed in your own land investment journey.
Whether you're a seasoned investor or just starting out, we're here to help inspire and guide you on your journey to success in land investing.
Let's cultivate growth and build wealth together.
Hello.
Oh, welcome back, Miss Cindy. How are you?
I am doing well. How are you? I hear some nice dogs in the background.
You hear the dogs in the background?
No, it's okay. Yeah, I hear them. I miss my dog, so that's so good that you can hear it, that you get to hear yours live.
Can you hear the lawn machines? My guys are here doing my lawn and they're
No.
barking at them.
Yeah,
No.
no, you can't hear the lawn. I could just hear the dogs, and I miss my doggies so much. So it's cute.
Look, you can see Weasley's head here.
Hi, Weasley. How cute.
How is it going, ladies? I'm so glad y'all came for a little bit and we did some recordings and then you left.
Yeah, no, it's good. We're in New Jersey. I had another meeting with a potential some land that I want to buy, so that's good. And then we're headed up for vacation to Boston and Martha's Vineyard, and I'm excited because I'll be off finally for 2 days. I mean, what?
Oh,
2
that's so exciting.
Yeah.
My baby's going to go join you, so please take care of my
She
munchkin.
is, guys. Okay, it's huge. She's letting her come on her own. She's letting her come without, like, she doesn't like, she wants to be with her everywhere. So the fact that she's sharing her with me is phenomenal. We're all super excited. She'll have fun. It'll be so
Oh,
much
I know. My daughter's like super excited to go and to spend time with you guys over there in Martha's Vineyard. So
Well,
thank
I
you for
think
the
that
invite.
both of our girls are so, can you see all my mess? Sorry, guys. The girls are so close, and that's such a blessing that they have each other and they're able to travel and do everything together. So it is such a blessing.
I'm excited. I can't wait to hear all about that trip. I'm excited. We have a good topic,
We have a
ladies.
topic, and we're hoping that it saves you some headaches and saves you some times. But I figured that the best topic that we could go through to help you guys out is just share with you some of our early mistakes to hopefully prevent you guys from making the same mistakes. Because I think that in our busy worlds as moms, whereas just in life, we're so busy, it's so easy to make these mistakes. And when you're starting your own business, and especially land business, it can get discouraging if you let it, but hopefully we'll help you avoid them altogether. So that will be our first topic, early mistakes.
Early mistakes we wish we would have known.
We
And
wish we would know.
Well, I'm going to start off by saying that, again, we try not to call them mistakes, learning lessons, but in anything that you do, anything, I don't care what it is, if you don't make mistakes, you're not growing.
You are
So
not.
I'm starting off by saying that if you're not making mistakes or have little bumps on the road, you're not growing. So go and make some mistakes, make them fun. Just not so much money. Some of us has cost us a lot of money, but hopefully we'll save you with these mistakes that we're about to share. Do you want to start off with your little mistakes?
Yes,
Well, little.
Well, then again, it is little because thankfully the business goes on, and in one transaction you can make triple the mistake you made. But the very first mistake that I did, and it was so frustrating, it was such a dumb mistake, and it's so easy to make, but very, very dumb. But when I send mailers, of course you have to put your phone number on there, and I mean, it's as easy as going back to a previous mailer, copy and pasting, but I don't know what I was thinking. I just put it in by hand and I didn't double check it, and I pasted it throughout my whole Excel sheet, and I sent it with the wrong phone number. So I had no callbacks, and I was wondering, like, why isn't anyone calling me back? Like, by now I should already have received, hate calls, whatever calls. Like, I should have already received a ton of them. There is this cardinal outside my window that keeps flying, and it's just so beautiful, and it just keeps flying. I'm so sorry, I'm so distracted, but yes, it's so gorgeous. And so I put the wrong number, and So I was wondering, like, why isn't anyone calling me? Like, what did I do? Like, is it not reaching people? Like, your head starts messing with you, right? Like, why am
Mhm.
I not getting callbacks? Like, I should have already gotten these. You have a feel for when you should start getting calls and about how many per day you're getting. Well, I could not figure it out. Well, finally, I went back to my mailer and like, what did I do something wrong? And clear as day, I put in my wrong cell phone number. I did have my email, the correct one, and I think eventually I got like two emails from that. But calls is what you normally get, and I had the wrong number.
So, okay, let me ask you this. So, did you ever go back and resend that one or
Absolutely,
whatever?
I did. Yes, I did. I
Okay,
had already
good.
paid for that data. So I did go back and send it, but it was time and money and time and more time. But let me tell you this. This is another tip for you guys. It was a mistake too, and what I learned from it, because I think either, like Elizabeth said, either, and it's a quote in my family that we like to use. We say either you win or you learn. So there is no losing. You win or
Hmm.
you learn. And what I learned from it was that even when you think you're done, when you've done your scrubbing, when you've done everything and you think you're ready to send the mailer, wait till the next morning and have a fresh mind, fresh eyes, and just go through it one last time just to ensure that everything is correct in the way you want it. And I've actually, after that incident, I started implemented that new rule for myself. Like, you think you're ready and you're so excited and you spend so much time on it and you want to go ahead and send it,
You just want to
pause for a
send, you want
minute.
to get it done.
You want to get it done. That's what I did. I was just so sick of working on it. Like, let's just get it out there. I'm ready to make money. And I made the mistake. Well, now I finish it. I let it sit there for a day. And I come back in the morning when I do have a fresh mind, a fresh set of eyes. I'm not tired. And I go through it again and I make sure that everything's the way I want it, that there are no mistakes. And then I send it off. So that was a big learning curve. And I think that hopefully that tip can save you all from time
Yes,
and
double
money as
check
well.
the mail, the address, your callback number, the emails, triple check them. Let another set of eyes look at your stuff.
Yes, for sure. Make sure everything is
Miss
right.
Controlling.
Well, I do get my husband Virgil to look through all my letters, and I'll get my daughter, who's like a grammar Nazi. She'll review like my grammar and my letters because I tend to change them up a lot. I don't ever send the same letter, like the language that I send out in the letters. So she'll review that too. So they do look over it for me and they help with that.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. What about you? Let's share some of your a mistake
My
that you.
biggest mistake, it cost us a lot of money and it's still there. It's been what there's actually been two and it was related to the same thing. So ladies, pay attention. Guys, if you're listening to, I did not get a survey when I was purchasing a piece of property. The first one, it happened in two, it happened three. So I'll give you all the three so people could pay attention to this. I did not order a survey the first time because it was already surveyed and it was already split and I believed it. The old lady told me, I'll sell you the land, but not the home. The home's for my daughter. And I don't know if I spoke about this in a previous podcast, but the title company messed up again because they didn't have a survey, a fresh new survey, and they deeded me her home instead of the land. I was thinking I had the home. I did not have, I was thinking I had the land, not the home. Well, when I turned around to sell the land, that's when we found out that
Oh.
I didn't own the land. It was the home, not the land. And the lady had already passed away. And yes, it was a huge ordeal. It took over a year to fix it. The title company was super sweet because I did get title. They were super sweet, but it did take over a year. So my money was parked there for a year. I couldn't sell until they fixed everything because I wanted to make sure that me being a mom, we work for our kids, we work for our children. So I was like, I wouldn't want anyone to do this for my parents or for my kids. So therefore, I'll just sit and wait. When I was telling other investors, they're like, well, just sell the home too. I'm like, no, I can't do that. I need to get this fixed, deed the daughter the home, and get the land. So
I-
yeah, that took over a year.
And what was the
Huh?
learning? What did you get from that? Like, what was your learning experience
Well,
from
my
it?
learning thing was like get the survey. But here comes the other one when we tend to get greedy. The second one was that we send a purchase order to buy a piece of property that looked like 3 acres, but on the county it said 1 acre. So this was the mistake we did. We purchased it without the survey again, thinking, oh, it's actually more than 1 acre. Clearly, it looked like larger. So
How did
we
it
got,
look? Like, did y'all drove out to see it, or how? What do you mean it looked
well, on
like?
the county, it had all the legal, it has the road, which just shows road access. It has the address, everything on the county records. But a lot of counties are messed up. They don't have all the data correct. So it goes by county and county. So you can't say this county's perfect and this county is the same as this one. It changes, it varies from county to county. So this county said 102345 on Allison Street. And so I said, yeah, perfect. We purchased it for, he was basically giving me the land for very cheap. And when I again turn around and try to sell it, the guy ordered a survey. He's like, I want a survey. I'm going to order a survey. When he goes out to get the survey, the surveyor's like, we can't get to the land. It's landlocked.
Oh my gosh! But I thought you said
So,
it was on the street.
well, that's what we explained. And the surveyor's been surveying properties there. He's like, this was, what do you call them? The ones that go on to auction by the tax. And
Yes.
it was sold like this and it's messed up for many, many years, like over 100 years. He's like, so this one, the one you own, is landlocked in a big ranch, and like in the middle of like 50 something 7 acres or something, and it's just 1 acre in the middle of this big ranch. And the one that I thought I had, I don't own. It's weird because the address is there, but when you turn around to do the survey,
So what have like what is there a certain acre, because it's I'm asking this and I'm learning from you as well, just like
yeah.
with everyone else that's watching. Is there a certain acreage that you say, okay, larger than this, I'm going to get a survey, or is it now what you've learned that you
Yes, we would say any, because the first one that we did was like 45 acres, the one with the old lady that deeded me. So yeah, we said
crazy not to give a
anything
survey?
bigger than 20 acres, we're going to get a survey. Well, again, remember this was, it said 1 acre in the county, but it's really, it on the county it says 1 acre, but it looked, if you compare to other 1 acres, it looked like 3 or 4 acres. So I thought, okay, I'm not even going to get the survey. I don't want the owner to find out what he has. And that was my mistake. That was for me being greedy. If I would have gotten the survey, we would have run into the issue that,
It was landlocked.
and
Yeah.
I didn't. So
Well,
I purchased it for a certain price, well, 20,000, and now we're minus 20,000.
but
And
you know
it's been 2 years,
the great thing is that the land keeps going up in value.
but it's landlocked.
It's landlocked, no, but look, there's always someone looking for something. You can always, there's someone that's going to buy the land next door at some point, and they're going to come and sell it and pay you 75,000. I'm
That's
claiming it.
good that you say that, because I spoke to other investors and they're like, just call the owner of the rest of the property and let them know, hey, I'm going to list this 1 acre, but I know you're around me. Do you want it? And give it to him at whatever price he or she
Discounted
wants to
price.
sell. But no, he said, no, like, I don't need it. Everything around me is mine and I don't hardly ever go because it's towards the back. He's like, no,
What
I
about
don't have.
selling? Is he
So
interested in
he, of course,
selling?
he doesn't. So I'm like, okay, so maybe I should put it for sale. Somebody will
Is
buy
he
it.
interested in selling his land around it?
I did ask him, but
No.
he said no. It's for
Oh,
his grandkids.
yeah. Oh my gosh. Well, we live and learn, right?
Yeah. So I guess my biggest lesson here, the other one, because this, you'll run into it. The third one, again, with this survey, the lady was selling me 2 different lots together, but they're 2 different parcels, 2 different lots together. And she said, yes, she would sign, she would sell. We agreed on a price. We went to title, and I got the survey again because I wanted to make sure it had road access and all that shebang. And we got the survey. It was perfect. It does have road access. It's two different lots. They're a little bit bigger than what we originally thought. So we kind of adjusted the price there. The thing about it with that is that when it was time to close, even after I paid for the surveys, she couldn't close because when she purchased it,
I remember you told me
the
this.
notary didn't stamp it. She signed it and put her number, but she didn't do the stamp. So when she turned around to sell it to me, and that was years ago, like 15 years, she's like, "Oh my God, I don't even know if she's still alive or she still exists." So she was from Florida. She had to send her son up to New York. The notary, her passport had expired, so she was trying to fix her passport in order to renew her notary license. So past forward a whole entire year. Can you hear my dogs in the background?
Okay, they sound
Sorry
lovely.
about that. A whole year later, she can't sell it because the lady's thing expired, so now she needs to fix it, but someone made her a bigger offer, so now she's going with the one with. So
I
I
know.
paid for the survey, but I don't have the land.
Well,
So the lesson, I'm sorry.
you can use it as a loss. The survey, you can put it as a loss for the business, right?
Yeah, I do put it as a loss, but the lesson learned that I want everyone to take away from this, and myself too next time, put it in writing. Like, if you sell me your land and we close, I'll pay for the survey. If for whatever reason I don't purchase your land, not because I don't want to, but anything comes up and you can write it's landlocked or legal access, whatever you want to put there, then you're responsible to paying the surveyors.
Yes.
So that's made me very, very wise on that regards. But yes, get surveys for everything and make sure that it does have road access and make sure who pays for what and when.
Yes. And guys, I think we've discussed this on another podcast, but just the importance of just going through title companies, right? Like always go through a title company. And this could have been a huge potential mistake. Luckily, the survey found out, I used a survey and they were able to find out that the lady was a scammer. But I had a lady who, contacted me and said she'd received my letter and that she wanted to sell, and we negotiated, everything was good. She signed the documents as her name, Mary, Bill, Mary, whatever, XYZ. And I sent it to title. Well, title calls me like 3 days later and they're like, I don't think that the lady that you're speaking to is actually Mrs. Smith. And I was like, well, what do you mean? They're like, Miss Smith is 94 years old, and the lady that we're talking to sounds like she's 43 and hasn't sent us her license. Like, we wanted to verify and hasn't. Anyways, they were able to. It ended up being she was the wife of the great grandkid, the lady's grandkid, and the title company was able to, intervene there, which was such a
Yeah.
blessing. But there are people that'll try to scam, and using title companies helps with that. So that's also a lesson that I think that you guys should learn, and a mistake that could have cost a lot of money.
It's very valuable, yes.
Yeah, for sure.
And the same lady did that I paid for the survey, but the notary was expired. She had been scammed apparently, or tried to get scammed by other people trying to sell her land, and they didn't even own her land. So she was like, I need to see you in person. You need to fly to, because I'm in Texas and she's in Florida. You need to fly to Florida. I'm like, I will fly to Florida. I'll show you my face. Like, but yeah, there is a lot of scamming going on. So you have to be very due diligent. Make sure that whoever signs it off is a real person that owns a property that's selling it. Yeah.
Long run, it would equal lawyers and just time and headaches that you don't want. So it is very important that you're very aware and that you send it through title so that they can do that verification for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Any other tips that or mistakes that you think that you've made, like little hiccups maybe here or there? I think a big one for us is starting off. I think for me, and I know for you because you and I have discussed it in the past, but not having a schedule, or not like just starting the business without truly being organized or just not knowing how. But I think that we agreed that was just a whole conversation for a podcast within itself, right?
Oh, yes. That's huge. That's huge. We could do a whole podcast on that. Staying
Yeah.
organized, staying on top, all that, setting your goals. Yes, it's absolutely a must. That
Absolute must, because then from that, so many mistakes can come from it. But if you have a goal and if it's set, then it's easy to stay on track or hold yourself accountable for it.
absolutely. I think we talked about it in our previous podcast. A lot of mistakes that I hear other investors that they don't answer their own phone. They get scared. They don't want to answer. So we, luckily for us too, we don't have that issue. We'll answer our phone even if we're in the toilet. We'll answer our phone in our sleep. We're automatic on that. But there's a lot of people that don't like to answer the phone, and I think that's a huge mistake because you're missing out on money opportunities. I think
Yeah,
that's one
it,
that I hear from a lot of people.
Yeah, no, and I think they do. I think once the person who's calling does want to hear, making sure that you're not a scammer. That was one. Like it ensures that you're not a scammer. And I mean, I took a call about a week ago where the lady's like, I just want to make sure that you're an actual person and that this letter, like she really genuinely was scared that it was a scam because I think it's just happening so much. So answering the phone and speaking to them, letting them, she wanted to know about my business, how long I'd been in business, why I did it. Like she had questions for me. I was able to answer them and she's like, fine, I'm ready to sell to you. So it was just as easy as that, just answering her
Yeah.
questions and she was fine with it.
That's funny you said that because the one I just sold, the gentleman also asked me to drive down to the title company. He goes, "Are you going to be there? I want to meet you." I'm like, "Absolutely, I'll be there." I wasn't planning because I do a lot of mobile
Mobile.
notaries.
Hmm.
So I took the time, I drove down there, and when he got there, he shook my hand and he's like, "It's so good to know that you're not a robot. There's a lot of robots out there and
Yes.
you're not one. Invite me for a barbecue. You got a nice piece of property. We can barbecue out there."
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, that's good. Well, I think that that's a wrap for this podcast.
Yes, thank you.
We appreciate you guys. We're thankful that you are still on this journey with us, and we're excited to keep talking about our experiences in this land business.
Learning from each other, learning from other investors, growing together, and knowing that there's so much opportunity for everyone to grow
Yes.
and build a wealth of knowledge and wealth of riches and blessings. So, yeah,
Amen.
thank you.
Amen. Thank you guys. We hope to see you in the next podcast. Remember to subscribe down below, and we love you guys. Have a wonderful day.
Bye.